Hi all. So we're working on uh, block 12. This is the last block for the 2024 Fat Quarter Shop Designer Mystery Block of the Month. So we're going to finish this block. I think it's so cute with the dragonfly. This looks a little more complicated than some of the other blocks we've had. I don't think it's super hard. It's probably just a case of following the steps. So I already have my fabric pressed and starched, and I'm going to cut it out, label all the pieces, and then I'll come back and we'll get started on our block. So the first part of our block is pretty straightforward. We're going to need piece B, F, and I. And so we're just going to build this here first. I'll show it to you. This is, we're working right here. So B, F, and I, then we'll come back with another piece right there. B, F, I. This is where we're working here. So the first part of the dragonfly. We'll sew these two together first, and then after that sewn together, we'll add this on top and another one over here. So I'll sew that together and come back and show you. Okay, so we've gotten this all pieced together, and it's straightforward. You piece these two together and then this one. I did trim just a hair off each of the sides, and I starched it. I find when you have these small pieces, if you use a little bit of starch, that does help stop it from stretching. So we've gotten that done. So the next part is with piece C and H. And this is super straightforward here. We're going to put C right here. And then we'll come back around. We'll put C here. Let me scoot this up a little. Okay. And here we have H and another piece C. So I will chain piece these two together and then these two together. Then I'll press it. And after I press it, then I will sew this whole thing to the bottom here. And that takes care of the dragonfly's head. So I'll come back and show it to you when it's done. So we have the head of the dragonfly. We completed all those pieces, pressed and starched it. I didn't, as you can see, I didn't iron my seams open, which I think is fine. Once this gets quilted, this won't really show. So we'll put this aside. The next part is the dragonfly body, and its pieces A and G. And so we just pull these out, and this will be pretty straightforward. So we have the square going this way. I mean, whichever, it's a diagonal plaid, so whichever. So we do it this way. And then we're going to put one of these in each corner, like this. And you'll line it up. So I'm going to draw a pencil line from corner to corner. This is the back of the square. I'm going to draw a pencil line right here. And then after we sew it on, we'll trim off the excess, iron it up, and then we'll sew this one in the other corner. And I will come back and show you what that looks like. I just wanted to take a minute and show you that I had drawn a pencil line on the back, and then I stitched straight on that line. So I'll press this to set the seams, and then I will trim off the excess. You can measure this so that you cut off and leave just the 1/4 inch if you like, or you can eyeball it. It won't make a huge difference. After I trim the excess, I'll iron it up, and then I will sew this in the same way, thus making the body of our dragonfly. Okay, so we finished this body of the dragonfly, and we're going to put it aside. And then we're going to work with pieces J and E, and these become part of the butterfly wings. So we do 2 different sides here. I'll show you. So we have these squares, and we're going to do 2 where the square is in the left corner, and it will fold over like that. and we do 2 where it's in the right corner. So what I'll do is I will draw a line on all 4 of these white squares on the back. I will probably use my glue basting and glue baste them, and then I'll chain piece them. We'll trim off the excess, press and starch them, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, so we finished these. We made 2 of each. They're part of the dragonfly wings. We're going to set these aside for now. And now we're going to take piece L and piece K. There's 2 of these, so we're going to make 2 of these pieces. And they're pretty straightforward. They're just like the dragonfly body. We're going to put these in each corner, and same as before. We're going to draw a diagonal line from corner to corner, and then we'll sew on that line, and we'll do that here as well. Sew on that line. We'll then press it, trim off the excess, and then press it open. Now, you could do all the pressing and then trim it up if you wanted. It doesn't really matter. Also, this is for 2 dragonfly wings, so that you can chain piece these and do them all at the same time. If you're concerned about this slipping out of place, which is a very real concern, you can glue baste with a little bit of fabric glue. There's a fabric glue stick, or you can pin it, whatever you feel comfortable with. So we'll do that, and then we'll sew it together, and I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, so we finished both of these. They're all done. The next step is here, and these blocks that we finished make a type of border. So these are the left ones, these are the right ones. And so how it will work is it will go like this and like this with block D in the middle. Okay? And so how we'll do this is we're going to sew it, so this side together, and then we'll sew this together. And we can chain piece that all with this block too. So we can chain piece all of this, then we take it to the iron and we iron it, and then we put it all together. So we've gotten these all paper pieced, or chain piece. We've gotten these all chain piece. So we're just going to iron this and iron it like this. I will say, if you want to, I'm not ironing my seams open. I worry about burning my fingers, but it can make you more accurate. And so when you're working with a lot of small pieces, the accuracy can be important. So I'm going to press these and get them sewn together, and then we'll come back and put together our block. So we've gotten these all pressed. We're going to sew this on like this, and then our wing will be done, and then we will sew it together in our block. Okay, I finished our wings for our dragonfly. I ironed them, starched them, and trimmed them up, and so now it's just a question of putting together our block. So here's the head of the dragonfly, and the wing will go like that. And then for the other wing, it gets turned, and the body like that. So we're going to sew these in pairs, and then we'll sew the 2 pairs into one block, and after I do the whole block, I'll come back and show you. So I finished the dragonfly block. So the next thing to do is put the borders around and the roof. After we do that, we'll sew it onto our row, and then we'll finish putting the quilt top together. Okay, so I finished the row, and I've just laid it out on the floor here because I'm going to finish putting together the quilt, but I wanted to show the completed row. So I'm almost done putting together the quilt, and when I have the whole quilt top, I'll come back and show you. Okay, so I wanted to show you real quick, my quilt is all put together, and I've sewn on all the borders, and over here I have the binding cut out. So I will put it on the long arm here probably in a couple of weeks and get it all finished. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye now.